What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be Celebrity Big Brother season 2 episode. I think we're on episode 10. Um, Either 9 or 10. But tonight, we had like the whole 1 week in one episode that happened the other night. So tonight was more of a regular Big Brother episode. We had a HOH competition and then we had the nominations. Now tomorrow night is going to be this super spectacular 2-hour double eviction. So it's going to be a whole lot of gameplay going on tomorrow night. But let's talk about tonight for a quick second. So we had some people, as the house gets smaller, you start to see some other people coming out to play. And we actually saw some people with some gameplay that we hadn't really seen before. So we pick up where we left off with Kato being voted out. And poor Tom don't know what to do. He's like a puppy, a lost puppy. He don't know what to do with himself. First of all, he's in shock because he really thought he was going to get voted out. Then it's, wow, I don't have my compadre now. What am I going to do? Now, little Miss Candy, who everybody's been sort of sleeping on, Candy is probably the person they should have got out when they had a chance to get her out, because I feel like if Candy can survive tomorrow night's double eviction, I think Candy might be sitting there on Judgment Night. And I really think it might come down to Tamar and Candy, to be perfectly honest with you. They need to get Dina out, because ain't nobody gonna vote against Dina. Dina ditzy as hell, but ain't nobody gonna vote against her. We'll get to Dina in a second. So, Candy is having some game talk with Dina. What? Dina is talking game? And they decide, look, and Candy's no dummy. Candy's like, look, I already know if that side of the house, so basically the house is divided in two. You have Ricky, Lolo, Natalie. Then you have Tom, Candy, Dina. And Tamar is really in a good position because she's sort of playing the middle. She's still kind of with the Lolo, Natalie, Ricky alliance. But for real, she playing that quiet position where she's really working with Candy, right? So she's actually in the best position as long as she doesn't get exposed. And so far, so good, Tamar. What ended up happening was, though, so they're talking gameplay, and Candy's like, look, if you win HOH, which we know Dana ain't gonna never win HOH, but if you win HOH, who you putting up? Dina is like, I keep saying Dana, and Dina's like, we definitely got to go for the other side of the house. And Candy's like, yeah, we do. And they were like, well, what's Tom gonna do? So Candy goes to talk to Tom and tells Tom straight up, look, if you win HOH, you got to go for the athletes. Like, point blank period. You got to get the athletes out of here, because if not, it's a wrap. If we don't get them out this week, or we don't make a swing for them this week, it's a wrap, because after this, if they win HOH, they'll have the numbers, and they'll be able to do whatever the hell they want to do at that point. Tom was like, that's a really good idea, but I don't really want to show my hand too much, even though I feel like I can trust Candy. I'm not quite sure I can trust Candy. So, I hear you, Candy, and it sounds like a good idea, but I'm going to play my cards close to the vest. Good move, Tom. Even though you can trust Candy, that was a good move. So we have the HOH competition. Miss Omarosa is hosting, right? She's doing what she does. And it's that game. We've seen it before on Big Brother, where they have to roll the dice and then they have to move the dice. Or it's like a giant die that they're inside, and they have to move it around and end up at the number, right? So Tom is like Rain Man, right? He's figuring out each move, because of course the goal is to get Tom out. So Tom goes head to head with Ricky. He knocks Ricky out. Then it's Lolo and Tom. Tom knocks Lolo out. Then it's Dina and Natalie. Why Dina so ditzy, y'all? And it's a part of me that thinks that she's playing, but no. She not. She ditzy as hell. So she loses. So then it comes down to Candy. Now, they were telling everybody, pick Tom. Everybody pick Tom. Everybody pick Tom. Candy was like, why would I do that? So it's down to Candy, Natalie, and Tom. And Candy was like, Natalie. So she sort of tips her hand, because at that point they were like, oh, you working with Tom. Because if you weren't working with Tom, then you would have stuck to the plan. And the plan was, we're going to go after Tom to knock Tom out. So Natalie ends up knocking Lolo out. It comes down to Tom and Lolo. And Tom is like, bloop, 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 boom. He wins HOH. Oh, how quickly the tide is turning. So, little Miss Bully Natalie gonna come up to Tamar talking about your girl is dead to me. We saved her and she's working with them. And Tamar was like, nah, she told me that, it just didn't matter that, she knew she couldn't beat Tom. That's stupid. That's stupid. Why would she do that? And Tamar is steadily defending Candy. And even to the point where Tamar was like, I think y'all giving her too much credit. Like, y'all making her smarter than she is. Like, she didn't put that much thought into it, right? And Tamar was like, look, I'm trying to defend Candy. I'm trying to save Candy because at the end of the day, I don't want them. I don't really want them to go after Candy because for real, it's me and Candy. She's like, Candy, the only person in the house I trust. Isn't that interesting? The person your ass was ready to fight on the first night, that's the only person you trust now? Uh-huh. Look at that. So, Tom is HOH. He talks, now this is what Tom decides. It really wasn't too bad of a plan. The problem was he probably should have talked to Candy first. Before we get there, they had this scene where Dina has an imaginary boyfriend that she been with for 5 years, but she ain't never met him because they haven't found, in 5 years, they haven't found time to see each other. But she live in LA and he live in San Francisco. I could have drove to San Francisco 20 times in 5 years. Are you serious right now? Tamar was like, that's an hour flight. You can get to San Francisco in an hour on a plane. What the hell? Well, he takes care of his mother. Tamar was like, and he can't meet you at the airport? Honey. So they were like, when you do finally go meet him, don't go by yourself because that is you being catfish, boo. Anyway. She talking about something where he doesn't FaceTime. Everybody doesn't FaceTime. Tamar was like, that's a lie. She said, my 72-year-old mama FaceTime. My 5-year-old son FaceTime. No. Next. Give me another one. Honey, who the hell in this day and age is meeting people online and not verifying information? Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? Moving on. So, Tom has a one-on-one meeting with all of the top 3. He meets with Natalie, and he tells Natalie, look, I'm not going to put you on the block. However, if one of the people I put on the block ends up getting the power veto and takes themselves off the block, I will put you up as a replacement nominee, but you are not my target. I'm not trying to backdoor you. And, of course, he said, now, if we do that, I need you to keep me safe next week. And, of course, Natalie says yes. What else is she supposed to say? She ain't got no intention of keeping you safe, Tom. So, it sound good, but she ain't gonna keep that plan. Hell no. Especially if one of the people you put up and knock out is one of her alliance. Why would she hold that? But okay. The next person he meets with is Lolo. And he says, point blank, look, I'm gonna put you on the block, but you're not my target. I need you to win the power of veto and get yourself off the block. Lolo was like, so basically you're gonna put me on the block and I gotta keep myself safe. But you want me to guarantee that I keep you safe next week. Tom was like, that's pretty much it, yeah. And of course, again, what is she supposed to say? So she's like, yeah, all right, whatever. Like, I don't know if I'm crazy about this plan, but I guess I gotta trust you. Knowing good and well, she don't trust him. He don't trust her. Don't nobody trust nobody. Then here come Mr. Ricky. Ricky was like, he said, well, Ricky, I'm putting you on the block, and basically, you're gonna have to keep yourself safe. Because Ricky's his real target. Ricky says, well, I got a counter offer. How about you don't put any of my alliance on the block? He said, we kept you safe this week. If you don't put any of my alliance on the block, we'll keep you safe another week. Tom was like, no, but okay, sounds good. And so, all right, they have that conversation, and then Tamar and Candy end up having a conversation because Natalie is straight up being nasty towards Candy, like got an attitude. So Tamar was like, Candy was like, what is her issue? Like, why she so mad at me? And Tamar was like, because they felt like they saved you, and then you didn't stick to the plan, and you let Tom win HOH. Candy was like, first of all, they did not save me. And Tamar was like, yes, they did. Yes, they did. Candy was like, no, they did not save me. You saved me. I said, okay, Candy with the Jedi mind trick. Tamar was like, yeah, you're right, I did. Oh, with the Jedi mind trick. And Candy was like, so no, they did not save me. You saved me. She said, and what they mad for, because at the end of the day, they not trying to keep me here anyway. Like, the first chance they get, I'm gone. I'm under no illusion. She said the only person I'm worried about is me and you getting to the end. That's it. I said, then you know what, Candy? I ain't mad at you. So then we see Candy talking to Tom, and Tom tells Candy his plan that he's gonna put Lolo, Ricky on the block, and if one of them wins the power veto and takes themselves off the block, then he's gonna put Natalie up, and they're gonna vote Ricky out. Candy was like, mm-mm. She said, if your plan is to get Lolo or Ricky out, Natalie or Ricky out, that's who you need to put up. That's who she was like, trust me. That's who you need to put up, because if one of them wins the power veto, then they can't save the other one. But if you don't put one of them on the block, they can save the other one, and then Lolo ends up becoming collateral damage when that's not who you were really aiming for. Tom said, I probably should have listened to you from the beginning. And when it comes down to the nomination ceremony, that's what he does. He puts Natalie up and Ricky up. And so Natalie, of course, is like, you lied straight to my face. You told me you weren't gonna put me up. Okay, I see where you come. But my thing is, at this point, the lines are drawn in the sand. Ain't no need in trying to backdoor nobody, because the lines are drawn in the sand. We already know who's who and what's what. So tomorrow will be very interesting. That first eviction is the power veto is going to be very interesting, because if none of the power three wins that veto, one of them, Ricky or Natalie, is going home. So then the next HOH, which all of this is happening tomorrow, is going to be extra important, because again, if two of the ones that are left standing get HOH, Tom's probably going home. But the good thing is that still leaves Tamar, who's really still playing below the radar. They think that Tamar's still kind of a number for them. Tamar probably won't be a target. Candy probably would. But their goal is going to be to get Tom out. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this is played. They're going to mess around and let Dina be there at the end. And ain't nobody going to vote against Dina. But we'll see how it works out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Peace.